Hello beautiful people, so today I'll be doing a video on what's in my hospital bag. Right now I'm 38 weeks and yes, I haven't packed everything yet, but it's just good to have the major essentials ready, because we usually find that some mothers go into labor like earlier on, even from like 34 weeks, and yet they haven't even packed anything, and they get to the hospital, they're so confused, and then the relatives are running everywhere trying to look for diapers, trying to look for receiving set, and it's usually just so frustrating. I remember working in the maternity, like when I was in my 3rd year, we used to have women usually come to the hospital, and then by the time like they've already given birth, and they're like, where is your baby's clothes? And they're like, oh my god, I forgot them at home, I haven't even bought any yet. And now you're really trying to like look for clothes, look for something to keep the baby warm, and this is because most of us usually don't prepare earlier. And yeah, that is why you usually see this meme. Some people usually say when you go to the hospital, the nurse will ask you, "Unataka tukufungia na gazeti?" It is because people don't get ready. So you just try and get, as long as like as early as you've gotten to 30 weeks, you just start like trying get some things ready, some major things like receiving set, diapers, things that you can even use for day 1, then later on can look for like the other things. So today I wanted to do that video on some of the major things that I've already had ready. So I have 2 bags. This one I've placed things that I won't use immediately, like on that day that I'll be delivering, but then on this bag I've used things that I want to use immediately, like the receiving set, things that I'm gonna use on that delivery room. So this is the one that I'll go with in the delivery room. Then this one, I think the person who take me to the hospital can stay in this one for a while until I've been taken to the postnatal room. So first of all, before I forget, something that most people usually forget, number 1 is your ID, number 2 is your NHIF card, and if you can, as early as possible, just do photocopies of these things, because you're going to get there, they're going to ask you for your ID, they're going to ask you to bring, I don't know, photocopies, you're going to find find someone to go and do the photocopies. That's just wastage of time. These are things you can do from home. So yeah, carry your ID, carry your the photocopies of your ID, and those other things like NHIF, blah blah blah. And then if you were going to see the doctor or a gynecologist before, make sure you have all those documents, like documents of your scan. Like right here I have the scans. Anytime I went to a doctor and maybe there's something that was written, I just have them in one place so that if it is needed, it is just here. Then also something that you shouldn't forget is your book. Your MCH book. Don't forget your book. Make sure you like, it is one of the things that you should pack first, or else some places are going to tell you to go back and bring your book, because they want to be sure you're going for clinics, and if there was a problem, it can be seen earlier on, like from this book here. So don't forget to carry your book. And then now from this bag, the other thing that I was studying the things that I kept as essential. First one is cotton wool. So many people in the hospital usually use this cotton wool. For most mothers, you usually use it as a maternity pad. Like they use it as a pad, and also after you've given birth, this is what most people use even to wash their babies. Because I remember when I was working in the postnatal, they used to take like the cotton wool, then we give you a dish with warm water, then we take the cotton wool and then we dip it in warm water, and then you use it to wipe your baby. I know in most private hospitals they like wash your baby for you, they'll use the washcloth and blah blah blah, but most people go to the public hospitals, they usually don't carry the washcloths. But for me, I think I carried some here, some of the washcloths here. But so most people usually don't carry the washcloth, but if you have the cotton wool, that is what they'll use it for. So for me, I have the washcloth. Yes, I also have the maternity pads, and even when it comes to like cleaning the umbilical cord, they'll use this cotton wool. So it has so many functions. I carried the small one because I already have the washcloth and the maternity pad, just in case I need it for any other reason. At least I can have this one. Yep. And then the other thing is a receiving set. Like receiving set is what he or she is going to wear immediately after you've given birth. So you just need a few things, like a shawl, a hat, mitten. This is a flannel. This is like it is like a flannel. It can be used for like burping. Yeah, it is a linen. Like, how do we call it? Like, I'm really still not good at all these names. The liner, it is like a liner, yeah. And then this is like a top that can be used. And then we have trouser and a sweater. Yep. And then we have socks. Yep. And then something else I have is maternity pants. I have a couple of those. And then also a breast pad. Some people usually say for them, like during the first few days after delivery, they don't produce too much milk that will make them carry a breast pad to the hospital. But being a first time mom, I don't know about me, so I just have to carry it for an emergency, especially when getting out of the hospital. You don't want to walk around, like, you know, so I just carried a couple of those. Yep. And then we also have diapers. So these ones I just placed them on this bag because this is the one I'll be having like with me at the labor ward. Then the others I've just placed them on the other bag. I know most people say you'll get diapers from the hospital, but remember, it's not all hospitals that you'll get the diaper. And then another thing are just the essentials. You know, the essentials like the toiletries. You need your toothbrush, toothpaste, body lotion. Or you know yourself, you know what you usually use. All those things like tissue paper, you need them. Also, don't forget your slippers or flops or something that you'll wear when going to shower. You can imagine you've gone there with only rubbers. Now you have to send someone to go and buy you slippers. You can just carry that earlier on, so you'll need those. And then when you're going to most of the public hospitals, you'll even need a basin, like a basin, the basin that you'll be using to shower. You'll need that. So that is something that you're going to go with, like, to the delivery room. So those are the first things that I'm going to call essentials. Then also something like a lasso. I used to remember we used to have a nurse. For her, she usually wants the mother to like remove those tight clothing and cover themselves with a lasso, so that at least she feels freer by the time she's delivering. Like, things are just easier on, like, just carry a lasso. There are so many things you can do with a lasso, so don't forget to carry a lasso. And because maybe you won't have space to carry your towel, a lasso will come handy to work as a towel. Yeah. Then I know they're going to give you the hospital clothes, the hospital gowns, but you can still have extra maternity clothes like deras or like what you feel like. For me, I'm going just to carry a few dresses, like a few dresses that are easier for me to breastfeed in and dresses that are quite comfortable. So I'm just going to carry like 2 or 3. Yes, like half the time I'm going to be on the hospital gown. But also remember that there's a time whereby you're going to go home and you need to look clean and decent, and maybe the one that you went with the hospital was spoiled and it doesn't look presentable. And also I'm telling you, even some of the government hospitals, I remember they never had enough changing clothes, so some people had to put on their own clothes. So you just need to have that for emergency. Yeah. So I think that is what I have in this bag. So as I said, this is the one I'm going to go with to that room, like immediately I get there. And then this other bag, I've placed things that I can use later on, now when I've gone to the postnatal ward. Now this is where you go after you've delivered. Now you are recovering. If you are most of the like private hospital, maybe you'll have your room or something. Yeah. And then so in this other bag I have things like the maternity pads. The brand I'm using, it's the one, like the blue one. I think I'll place a picture on it. It is called Medi something. Yeah. The maternity pads. This is Wombe, Johnson & Johnson soap. The baby jelly for the diaper area, this is Johnson & Johnson too. But you can use any brand that you want. Like, it is not a must for you to use a certain brand. For me, these ones, most of the things that I have came in as a gift, and so I just have them. But at times you can just test these things on your baby and you'll see how they react to it. Because if your baby is not sensitive to like some of the common baby jellies, like not baby jellies, the common jellies that we usually use, like this one, if they're not reacting to it in any negative way, then you can be able to use it. But if you see them reacting, that's when you have to like try and use other things. So don't put a lot of pressure on yourself on which like brand of lotion or baby jelly to use. Yeah. And then these are just other essentials. Like this is the baby lotion. This is also Johnson & Johnson, but I didn't want to carry the entire like thing, so I just had to put it in like a small tin. This is my lotion. And then just other tiny things like thermometer and hair comb. Yeah, these are the tiny things that matter. I remember like most of the hospital, you find that most mothers even don't have the thermometer, so they have to share one thermometer between, I don't know, almost 7 mothers, and it is just yeah. So that is for this small bag. And then this other one, we have baby wipes, we have extra diapers, and just extra clothes like vest. This is vest, vest, flannels, liners, yeah, extras, extra socks. And then we have extra clothes. This is the one that we'll have to put on when getting from the hospital. This is a baby romper, and then this is trouser and sweater. Maybe if we'll be there for day 2, and then maybe day 3 you can have this romper. Most of the time, if you don't have any emergency, you'll just be there like 2 to 3 days and you're gone. But sometimes you never know what happens. You might be kept there for like a week or something. But then if that happens, you can have someone to bring you extra clothing. Yeah. Then maybe for that day that we'll go home, this is scarf, and then this is a warm baby hat, because right now it's also kinda cold. And then, oh my god, I think I've overpacked. This is a trouser, and then one onesie, and then this is my nightgown. Yeah, maybe if I'll need it just to be comfortable. And then if it will be so cold, I carried this heavy sweater and heavy trouser if the weather will be so cold. And then just 2 of these. Are they swaddling, like for swaddling, or are they like, I'm really not good at the names here, but I think for the swaddling or something. And yeah, for now that is my bag. I also have an extra heavy blanket. You need an extra heavy blanket maybe if you'll be discharged late and the weather is cold. But I think my blanket is still trying to dry up. The weather is so bad, it keeps on raining, and at times it's rained on and I have to like leave it there again. Yeah, so just get yourself ready. Just ask around what is it that you're supposed to be carrying so that you don't forget. But for me, that was it for today. I think I haven't forgotten anything. And also make sure you carry your phone if you can. If you have a kabambe, you can carry a kabambe, and then you can make sure you carry a charger. You know, for this kabambe phone, you can be able to use it for long. The battery can last longer than the other smartphones, so you can carry that one and carry a charger. Then maybe the person you're with can carry your smartphone, and maybe you can use it like whenever they're around or something. But then you need that kabambe because you keep on communicating. You'll end up communicating with so many people maybe, so you'll need that kabambe. And don't forget your charger and yeah, the other essentials. So that was it, guys, and thank you for watching this video. See you on my next one. Bye bye.